This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you tap that like button and smash that subscribe button and smash the like button. GreatLakeAce back at it again with this new single, STCOM. YouTube link and website below. Luminary status.
I ain't gonna lie, they used to send me cars right around the time I started feeling like a hood guy.
Let's get right into it. So, we already talked about Trick and what he's doing. So, talking about that, there's a guy named Dexter Sosa. Now, this is a guy who used to work. Dexter Sosa he just dropped a book called Black Mafia Family. And I've read through it a little bit. It's the Blueprint to Conspiracy, it says. Now, Big Meech's brother's out, Southwest T. Big Meech is not out yet. It's still possible, but they denied the first one, but it's not totally denied yet. So he was talking about a lot of things, and one thing that he said really broke the family up was Southwest T and Big Meech competition with each other. And at one point, they got into a big argument when they went down to Mexico. They remember Jeezy talks about a time where Big Meech rented a 747 and flew like 200 people down to Mexico, 200 or 300 people, and paid for a whole hotel, and they did it big. After that trip, supposedly Southwest T had his crew and Big Meech had his crew in Atlanta, and Southwest T was in California. And as we know, that split, even though they were still working together, kind of brought down the whole thing. I mean, you had Big Meech running a record label over here. Dexter details that they had politicians and agents in Atlanta on payroll to get information. And I always thought that, because whenever you see the Smack DVDs with them in it, I'm like, there's a lot of like white people, like politician type people in these DVDs. I'm like, these guys are like living a movie right here. Like, they actually got people on payroll. But I also knew that it was probably coming to an end because Big Meech was more flashy, so he probably knew he was being investigated from the people he had working in there. So Southwest T, it's also known that he spoke a lot on the phone, and that's another thing that helped bring them down, unfortunately. It's just crazy how much they were able to do. And be so organized, that's always amazing to me. But it's just, so like if Big Meech gets out, like, yeah, he did crimes and everything, but people look up to him in a lot of neighborhoods, and he could do a lot of good and talk to people about, because it's like, it's not, when you do the math, doing 20 years, 25 years isn't worth all the money you made the prior 15 years. It's never worth it when you do the math on it. It's better to just to have a regular job. It's not as fun, but it's not fun being locked up either. So I'm sure he has a lot to share with people. Southwest T, he's been kind of quiet since he's been back, and I know that he's going to be working with 50 Cent on the BMF story. I wonder if Dexter Sosa is going to be involved after releasing this book. I don't know. I don't know if he has. He was there from ground up before they were even called BMF. They were called 50 Boys, he says. Interesting book, and I'm sure this book will be used to kind of develop the whole series that 50 Cent's working on. And imagine if they never split up. Would they have gone under the radar? I don't know. There was a lot of factors that brought them down. It just takes a few slip-ups and a few agents to get curious, I guess. It's like a real movie, the way these guys were living, except more flashy. In the last 3 years before Big Meech got picked up, he was super flashy. I think he was trying to make a move. Yeah, well, he was trying to make a move into the music industry. That's why you saw him with Jeezy. He had a lot to do with Jeezy's beginning, but then, his artists, he had a few artists under his label, like Blue Da Vinci and a bunch of other people. Anyways, what do you guys think about this? Are you guys looking forward to the series? And chime in below on the whole BMF thing. How do you guys feel about BMF, Big Meech, Southwest T? This guy releasing a book called Dexter. They used to work with them. This is Jordan Tower with JT News, and I'll check you guys in the next. GreatLakeAce back at it again with this new single, STCOM. YouTube link and website below. Luminary status.
I ain't gonna lie, they used to send me cards right around the time I started feeling like a hood.